Okay, welcome. If you haven't taken my class yet, my name is Bree. This is an all levels vinyasa class. Again, block. If you don't have it, grab a water bottle or something to help you balance as we move through class today. I'm going to use this block and place it underneath my hips so that I have a little extra support. And this just allows you to really sit up a little taller through your spine. Let's begin to center in. Heavy your pelvis down into the air. And lengthen up through the spine, through the crown of the head. Now if it feels comfortable for you, close your eyelids down. And take a moment to center into the rhythm of your breath. And as you breathe, stretch that breath deep down into the pit of the belly. Really working to send the breath through all parts of the rib cage, to the lungs, to the diaphragm. And as you arrive on your mat today, just take a moment to check in. Notice what you're showing up with, how you feel, where your energy levels are at. So much of this practice of yoga is really about learning to just observe how we are. Heavy your pelvis down, inhale, circle sweep, reach your arms high to the sky, maybe even look up. Join your hands at a prayer and bring the prayer all the way down to heart center, Anjali Mudra. If you have an intention you'd like to set for your practice, for class, and the rest of the day today, take this moment now to do so. You're going to let go of any breath in your lungs, HA. Inhale fully through your nose. Big open mouth, cleanse it out, HA. Take a soft bow, forehead towards fingertips. Lift your skull up and come to all fours. Find yourself in a tabletop position. As you arrive in a tabletop position, look at your hands, spread wide through your fingers, pull back through the fingertips and root down through the perimeter of your palms. Inhale, shift your sit bones to the sky, melt through the heart for a cow spine. Exhale, round, press your hands and your knees into the mat, pop up into the back body, cat. Inhale, articulate from the tailbone, shift your sit bones to the sky as you melt through the heart, cow. Exhale, press your hands and your knees into the mat, round, cat spine. One more, inhale, vertebra by vertebra, shift your sit bones to the sky as you melt through the heart, cow. And exhale, round, press your hands and your knees into the mat, pop up into the back body, cat. Come to a little bit more of a neutral position, tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back, down dog. From your down dog, push one heel down, maybe hold it for a moment. Then push the other heel down, holding in for a moment. And then pedal back and forth, waking up through the backs of the legs, stretching through the calves a little bit. Find stillness in down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend your knees a little bit to make sure your feet are about hip distance apart. Your hands are shoulder distance apart. Really grip the ground with your finger pads and pull back through the fingertips. Squeeze your forearms towards the midline. Lift your shoulders up and press the earth away. So from the back of the heart, stretch down and out through the arms of the hands into the earth. Breathe. Keep sending your hips higher and higher to the sky. Inhale, weave your spine all the way forward to a plank pose. Press the earth away. Shift your shoulders past your wrists. Lower all the way down to the mat. Hike your left knee all the way up towards your left hip. Bring your arms to a cactus shape on the mat. A version of half frog pose. Curl your left hand fingertips in towards your face. Pull the left shoulder up and back. And then start to pivot. Roll to the outside edge of your right hip. Ground your left foot behind you on the ground. If this feels too deep for you, you can always straighten out through that upper left leg. Otherwise, work to open up the hip here. Squeeze your left glute. Breathe. breath, breathe into the chest, the front of the body. And come back towards center. Second side, hike your right knee up towards your right hip. Heavy that right hip down, nice and strong. And then roll to the outside edge of your left hip. Ground your right foot behind you. Breathe. Come all the way back to center. Bring your hands by your chest. Inhale, rise up, baby cobra. Engage the legs of your pelvis and float your hands. So use the strength of your back to lift you up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, medium cobra. Keep your pelvic bone on the earth. Lift your shoulders up, maybe to medium height. Pull the hands back towards the hips. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, rise up. High cobra, bhujangasana. Find a little lateral glide here. Sway along the vertebrae, bringing your shoulders side to side and back and forth. Slow and controlled, lower yourself all the way back down. Press your way up through tabletop or plank and send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Start to walk your way all the way up to the front of the mat. Find a forward fold. Make it a functional forward fold. So line up the outside edge of your feet with the long edge of the mat. Counter reach your hips back and your hands forward. If you have that block or water bottle, you can place it way in front of your feet and bring your hands to it. Counter reach your hips back and your head forward, or your hips back and your hands forward. Squeeze your lower half of the legs, the shins in towards the midline. Widen and broaden through the inner thighs, through the pelvis. And find your breath. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your hands up through the shins. Send your thigh bones back into space. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Grab your hips, press down into the earth as you rise up. Step your feet back to hip distance apart. From the pelvis, press down and out through the legs. Inhale, rise up. Grab your right wrist, side bend up and over towards the left. Tug on the wrist. Engage through your legs. Inhale, back through center. Switch your clasp and take that side bend up and over the other way. Inhale, back through center. Switch the clasp. Bring your right foot behind your left. Krishna crescent. You're going to plant your right foot on the outside edge, so the knife edge, and side bend all the way over towards the left. Press down into your left foot. Inhale, rise back through center. Second side, switch the clasp. Krishna crescent. Send your left hip forward as you pull the right hip back into space. Press down into your right leg. Inhale and back through center. Exhale, cactus your arms open up through the heart space. Inhale, lift through the back sides of the waist, reach your arms high. Exhale, join your hands at a prayer heart center. Transfer your weight over towards your right foot. Pull your left foot either to a kickstand, foot to calf, or bring your foot all the way up towards the inner edge of the thigh. Press the thigh and the foot in towards one another. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Breathe. From the pelvis, stretch down and out through your standing leg into the earth, and lengthen up from the pelvis through the spine, out through the crown. Now we'll take this to a little hovering or floating tree. Bring the foot to, you're like releasing it from either the calf or the inner thigh, and then just bring your foot as close as you can towards the inner thigh without touching it. And you could touch it, okay, but you're not using the force of hugging the midline to get that foot to stay lifted upright. Squeeze your right glute nice and strong and send energy out from the right hip through the right inner thigh, out the inner knee. Bring your leg back up, close the hip, one-legged Tadasana. Ground your right foot next to the left. Second side, spread through the opposite toes. And again, foot comes to calf, or you can pull it all the way up towards the inner edge of the thigh. Find your breath. Ujjayi breath in and out through the nose. Keep your gaze at one fixed point. And if you feel ready for it, maybe reach your arms all the way up high for a prayer, or even arms can go a little bit wide like tree branches. Remember to grab the earth with the four corners of your feet and pull energy up through the leg into the pelvis. Send the energy back down and out through the leg, wide through the left knee. Breathe. And floating tree, release the foot to about a little hover. When you release your foot's going to come way out, but you just got to drive it all the way back in towards the inner thigh. For those of you that are a little bit more tight in the hips, you got to work harder here. From the left hip, stretch out, engage through the left glute nice and strong, and widen your left thigh back into space, having that nice open hip here. Breathe. And bring your knee up, close through your hip. Release. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, sink your hips low to a chair pose. Pull the navel up and in. Lengthen your arms nice and high. Inhale. Exhale, twist left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, come back through center, reach it high. Exhale, twist right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, come back through center. Stand down into the earth and come all the way up to stand, Urdhva Hastasana, palms to heart. We'll move through Fearless Heart Namaskar now. Namaskars move with one breath per movement. So work on following your breath. Inhale, circle sweep, reach your arms high. Exhale, hinge at your hips, long spine forward, folds. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Step your left leg back, lower the left knee down. Inhale, ride the wave of the breath up. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Lower the knees, half push up. Inhale, pull the heart through. Heavy your pelvis, cobra pose. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, down dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, pull the knee towards the nose, plant your foot in between your hands, lower the back knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your hands down, step up, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, folds. Press into the earth, inhale, circle sweep, reach high. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale. HA, exhale. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hinge at your hips forward, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step your right leg back, lower the right knee down. Inhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana, lean back as you lift through the heart space. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step it back, down dog. Inhale, come forward all the way to the plank, lower your knees, half push up. Inhale, pull the heart through, heavy your pelvis down, cobra. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, down dog. Inhale, reach your left leg high. Exhale, pull it through towards the nose. Plant your foot down, lower your back knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, bring your hands down, step up, forward, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, inhale, circle sweep, reach your arms high. And exhale, palms to heart center. One more balancing pose. Bring your weight over towards your left foot. Pull the right knee in towards your chest. Cross the ankle over the knee. Sink your hips low and back into space. Think hips back and down. Chest is forward and up. Breathe. Two more deep breaths here. Remember those four corners of your feet. Send down into your standing foot. Pull the knee in towards your chest. Find some stability. Bring your left hand to the outside edge of the right knee. Inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, twist. Bring your right arm behind you. Inhale, come back through center. Reach your arms high. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Second side, pull the opposite knee in. Find your balance. Left knee's up. And cross the ankle over the knee. Sink the hips back into space. Breathe. Standing figure four pose. Keep a little tone to the belly. Send your hips back and the heart forward. Some people like to bring this all the way down where the chest is coming towards the shin. That's an option as well. Breathe. Stand down into your standing leg. Inhale, pull the left knee in. Find that stability. Bring the right hand to the outside edge of the left thigh. Inhale, reach your opposite arm high, and exhale, twist. Maybe you shift your gaze and look beyond your left arm. Inhale, come back through center, reach both arms high, and ground your left foot next to the right. Palms come to heart center. Anjali Mudra. Press into the earth. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Bow it all the way forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands and step it back to a plank position. Lower all the way down to the mat. Press the tops of the feet down. Bring your hands to face towards your feet. Inhale, Shalabhasana, lift through your arms, your legs, and your skull. Squeeze your pinkies towards one another and squeeze the ankles towards the midline. Find a big level of lift here. Inhale. Exhale, release, let it go. All right, we're gonna try a different form of Shalabhasana today. It's a little bit different. You can always just do that same variation that we did, or try it out and try this new version. Bring your hands behind your back, point. You can point your fingers back into space. Now bend your right knee and cross, or stack your left thigh on top. It's actually going to be more of like the thigh and the knee. You're going to stack your knee and your thigh on top of your foot. And you can use your hands if you need to. Like that's a kind of step one if you feel like you're falling over. Step two, interlace your hands behind your back and start to just lift up. You're not going to get as much lift, but it's okay. You're still feeling that back body wake up, engage through the back body, nice and strong. Inhale. And as you exhale, release. And if it was wobbly, it's okay. Let it go. We're going to try it on one more side. This time, bend your left knee. Plant the right knee, shin, kind of joint region on top of the sole of the foot. And you can have your hands by your sides. That'll help you stabilize. Start to lift up. Find the strength. Maybe release your hands. Maybe you interlace the hands behind the back for this Shalabhasana shape. Inhale, get that lift. And as you exhale, release. Bring your hands by your chest. Press your way up through tabletop or plank. Send the hips up and back, dog pose. Inhale, reach your right leg high. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Try to make your right knee the highest point of the pose. Create a big circle with your right knee in one direction. Take that big circle with the right knee in the other direction. Inhale, straighten out through the right leg. Wrap the right hip way down, 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 down. And exhale, pull your right knee towards your nose, round, curl it in. Inhale, reach it up and long. Exhale, knee towards nose, round, curl. Plant your foot in between your hands. Come on to tentative fingertips. Heel toe your right foot over towards the left thumb, so you have a little zigzag with your legs. Straighten out through the right leg, any amount. Stay on fingertips, okay? Now come to the outside edge of your right foot. Inhale, bring your heart forward, kind of like you're coming to pigeon, but not all the way. And straighten and fold. So it's a pigeon pose. Inhale brings you forward, belly towards shin. Exhale, straighten and fold. One more like that. Inhale, pigeon pulse. Exhale, straighten and fold. This time bring yourself all the way down. We're not going to be here for long. Inhale, lift up through the heart space. Magnetize your knees towards one another. Exhale, fold. Pour your heart over the shin. Two more. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Pour your heart down. One more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Bring your hands down. Tuck your back toes. Reach your right leg up. Give your leg a few kicks if you need it. And ground your right foot next to your left. Second side. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Bend your left knee. Open up through the hip. Squeeze your heel towards your bum. Create a big circle with your left knee in one direction. Take that circle with the knee in the other direction. Inhale, straighten out through the leg. Square through the hip. Exhale, round knee towards nose. Curl it in. Inhale, reach it up and low. Exhale, knee towards nose. Stack the shoulders above or past the wrists. Plant your foot in between your hands. Come onto fingertips. And heel toe your left foot over towards the right thumb. Straighten out through the left knee. Breathe. Inhale, start to bend into the front knee. Bring the back knee to a hover and you're coming to the outside edge of your left foot as the chest comes towards the thigh. Exhale, straighten and fold. Two more pigeon pulses. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, straighten and fold. One more. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, straighten and fold. This time, inhale, come forward. Lower the knee and lower the shin. Lower both knees and lower the shin. Inhale, lengthen up through your heart space. Exhale, pour the heart over your shin. Two more. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Plant your hands. Reach your left leg up. Give it kicks or whatever else it might need. And slowly lower your foot next to the right. From here, come forward to a plank pose. Lower your left forearm down, your right forearm down, forearm plank. Lower your hips, sphinx pose. Bring your right foot over or pull your right heel towards your bum. Reach around with your right hand to grab your foot. Try to grab for the big toe side of your foot. And maybe you flip your grip, face your fingertips forward towards your right hip. Actively kick your foot into your hand as you pull the heel towards the bum. And as you take a moment to just breathe, remind yourself of your intention when you showed up to class today. Maybe it's presence, maybe it's peace, whatever it might be. Just come back to that reminder that you set for yourself. Slow and controlled, release your right foot. Opposite side, pull the opposite heel towards your bum or reach around with your hand to grab your foot. Heavy both hips, press that right foot down as you kick your left foot into your hand. Breathe. Slowly release your foot. Soften your chest down. Inhale, rise up through cobra, or let's do up dog, either or your choice. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, pull the knee towards the nose. Plant your foot in between your hands, lower the back heel down and rise up. Warrior two. As you land in your warrior two, make sure that you have a good balance between both legs. A good distance to check as your wrist creases are lining up roughly with your ankles. stack the knee in line with the ankle, the front knee. Gaze over your middle finger. Breathe. Inhale, flip your palm in reverse, your warrior, lean it back. Exhale, come through warrior two. One more time, inhale, reverse. Exhale, take it to a side angle, elbow towards your thigh, reach your opposite arm way up towards the sky, or if you'd like, you can extend it, reaching your arm way in line with your ear. And breathe. Press into the earth. Inhale and reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the inside edge of your front foot. Heel toe your right foot over a little bit towards the right and elevate off of your back heel. Lower your back knee, lizard lunge. You can use your right hand to widen your thigh bone away from you. Or twisted monkey, pull the heel towards the bum, reach around with your right hand to grab your foot. Pull both shoulders back, lean it back and twist open. Breathe. Slowly release your foot, bring the right arm forward and shift your hips back to a half split. Point your right toe straight up towards the sky. If you have a block, you could place a block underneath your hands. That will help lengthen through the spine for those of you with tighter backs of the legs. Begin to bend into your front knee. If you're using a block, grab your block. Everyone else, lift off of your back knee and make your stance a little shorter. So walk your back toes in a touch. Bring the left hand to the hip. Right hand is to the block about a foot in front of your foot. Stand down into your right foot. Scoot the right hip underneath you. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So in half moon, you could stay here holding the hip. You could release your left arm to the sky. Or you can release your right hand to balance just solely on that foot. You'll see I just fell over. That happens sometimes. Enjoy the wobbles. You could stay there, or if you want a little variation, sugar cane would be bending your knee and reaching your hand around to grab for your foot for a little thigh stretch to slash heart opener. And again, you can try to balance on that one too. Breath in. If you have your foot, release it. And square your hips, bring the left arm down, standing splits. Wrap that left hip way, way, way down. Lift your leg up from the strength of the inner thigh. All right, listen carefully. We're still staying on that right foot. So keep the weight on the right foot. Start to balance. Pull the left knee in. Find your stability. Bring your hands to a prayer. Balance. Breathe. And then start to squat down. Bring your left ankle over the right knee back to your figure four where you were at earlier today. Pull the left knee in towards the chest, find that stability, and release mountain pose. Ground both feet on the earth. Find your breath. Feel the vibration of energy moving through your body. And press into the earth. Inhale, circle sweep, reach your arms high. Exhale, hinge your hips forward, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step, step, or jump back, half push up. Inhale, pull it through cobra or up dog, shoulders back. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, pull the knee towards the nose, round. Plant your foot down, pivot the back heel down, and rise up. Virabhadrasana 2. Gaze over your middle finger. Widen the front knee towards the pinky toe. Puts your back thigh back into space. From your collarbones, expand out wide through the arms, through the fingertips. Inhale, flip your palm and reverse your warrior, lean it back. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale again, reverse. Exhale, take it to a side angle. Elbow can rest on the thigh. You can reach your right arm high or reach your right arm way in line with your ear for extended side angle. Wrap the left torso underneath the right. From your right hip, stretch down and out through the right leg into the earth. Breathe. Inhale and reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the inside edge of your front foot. Pivot off of your back toes. Heel toe your left foot over towards the left. And lower your back knee down. Pull the back heel towards the bum. Reach around with your hand to grab your foot. Thigh stretch. Pull both shoulders back. And lean back into space. You can always lower your right forearm down if you want to go deeper. Slowly release your foot. Bring both hands forward and shift your hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. Pull the pinky toe side of your foot back into space. Drive the left heel down into the mat and also pull that back. Untuck through the tailbone. Breathe. Begin to bend into your front knee, spread through the left toes, lift off your back knee. If you're using a block, stagger your block and your foot. Your block is about off 6 to 8 inches. Stand down into your left foot, stack your hips. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. You can bend your standing knee if you need. Keep scooping the left hip crease underneath you. Maybe float your left hand. Maybe you bend your knee and you reach your hand around to grab for your foot for a little sugar cane pose. Take one more breath here. Release your foot, square your hips, wrap the right arm down and the right leg down for standing splits. Reach the right leg up from the strength of the inner thigh. And breathe. And slow and controlled. We're still balancing on that left foot. So pull the right knee in, find your stability. And really practice on just finding the stability before moving on. Then cross your ankle over your knee, sink your hips low. Figure 4 standing. Stand down into your left foot, pull the right knee in, Tadasana. And release, right foot next to left, mountain pose. Close your eyes. If that feels comfortable, bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand on top of that. And just breathe. Notice the ripples of the breath moving through you. And come back to your intention. Blink your eyes open, release your hands. All right, one more. We were just balancing on the left foot, so now balance on your right foot. Bring your attention to the right foot, spread through those right toes, pull the left knee in. So lots of balance today.
we're gonna make our way down towards the earth. So bend your standing knee and start to bring your left shin behind you. Squat all the way down until you feel that left shin ground and sit down. Okay, from here, use your strength of the right hip, bring your right leg back, 90-90 shin box. So it's a little actually easier than pigeon. From here, a little bit of mobility. Activate through your back leg, lift your right heel up, feel the right glute engage, and lower it down. Lift it up, lower it down, and just pulse like that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower that heel. This time lift the right knee up, so you're engaging through that back glute, and you're only lifting the knee about, 4 to 6 inches, no higher. And just kind of pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Bring your fingertips to square your front leg. Front shin is parallel to the back thigh, so that's what makes it a 90-90 hip or 90-90 box stretch, because our legs are in 90-degree angles. Inhale, lift up through the heart, and exhale, start to fold forward over your front shin. You can bring your forearms to the mat. You might feel the weight pull you over towards the left, so use your left forearm to kind of push you over that front shin. And breathe. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Inhale and start to rise up. Now this is where it gets tricky. Bring that right leg around, ground your right foot, and let's do this. Ground your right foot in front of your shin. Use the weight of the trunk and send your trunk forward until you can bring the weight on your right foot. Stand down into your right foot. Pull the left knee in. It's not always graceful. Back to your one-legged Tadasana and release. Second side, so spread through those left toes. Pull the right knee in, and now start to squat down. Bend into your left knee nice and slow. You'll lower your right shin down, sit down, and then bring your left leg around, lining up the front shin with the back thigh. Both feet are flexed, toes pulling towards the ankle. A little mobility work. Lift up through that. Let's start with the heel first. Actually, lift through your back heel. And again, you're only lifting about 4 to 6 inches to engage to that glute. You can even poke your butt muscle, your glute muscle to remind it to turn on. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Opposite side, lift the knee about, again, only 4 to 6 inches. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Square yourself towards the front of the mat. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold. Pour yourself over your front shin. Press your right forearm into the mat. As you breathe here. Again, keeping the energy just channeled forward. Directly over your front shin, rather than off towards the right knee. Inhale, slowly start to rise up. Bring your left foot forward, plant your foot in front of your shin, and it helps if you actually scoot yourself forward as well. So you want to compress the belly towards the thigh. Give yourself maybe a little momentum so that you're up on that left foot. Then pull the right knee and find that stability. And release, right foot next to left. Bring your feet to touch. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, squat all the way down through chair pose until your hips are rested by the calves and the heels. Sit your bum down. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. Grab for your feet. Inhale, lift up through your heart space. And exhale, fold forward. Slowly rise back up, close the hips, ground your feet, and start to roll down all the way onto your back body. Take your time. Rolling vertebra by vertebra. Stay strong and engaged for the core. For 3, 2, 1. Feel your shoulder blades ground. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Find something neutral. Let's go happy baby. Grab for the outside edges of your feet. Pull your feet down as you press your feet up into your hands. Untuck through the tailbone. Breathe. And bring your legs back in. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Take an inhale. Exhale, stretch your legs out long and your hands by your sides with your palms facing up for a Shavasana shape. And let go of breath that you're holding in the lungs. HA. Inhale fully through your nose. Big open mouth, let it go. HA. Last one, make it the deepest, fullest breath you've breathed all day. Inhale. Hold it at the top. Maybe sip in a little more breath. And HA, let it go. Take as much time as you'd like to rest in your Shavasana shape.